So you constantly see the headlines about massive market moves driven by algorithmic trading, right? And that word quant is literally always at the center of the conversation. But beyond all the flashy buzzwords, what exactly does the architecture of a quant look like? Well, that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're completely demystifying the Wall Street quant. We're going to break down this highly specialized ecosystem so we can see the market through a purely analytical lens. It's a fascinating world, so let's get into it. Section 1, the quant mystery. Okay, let's dive into this. At its core, quantitative finance is the rigorous use of mathematics, statistics, and programming to analyze financial markets. They aren't just glancing at balance sheets or reading quarterly earnings reports. Instead, they're applying incredibly strict scientific methods to hunt down actionable, profitable patterns in just massive oceans of data. It's all about pure logic and code. But what does that actually look like in practice? The overarching goals of these mathematical models basically boil down to three things: understanding price movements, measuring risks, and valuing really complex financial products. Imagine for a second you want to buy an option to purchase a stock at a specific price, say 3 months from now. How do you figure out the exact fair price for that option today, considering all the wild variables that could unfold over the next 90 days? You can't just guess. You need a mathematical model. That's exactly what these tools are built to do, bringing absolute, calculated precision to an inherently unpredictable world. Section 2, the 3 key roles. Now, what's really interesting about this is that the monolithic idea of the quant is actually a huge misconception. When a major investment bank says they're hiring quants, they aren't filling a single uniform job. It's actually a highly specialized ecosystem of roles. Think of it like a hospital, right? A hospital relies on a diverse team of surgeons, anesthesiologists, and specialists rather than just generic doctors. A financial firm is exactly the same. It relies on different types of quants working in perfect synchronization. Let's move along and see how this builds into a highly functional pipeline. First up, we have the Quant Researcher. These are the heavy conceptual thinkers, often armed with PhDs, who develop the complex mathematical models. They're essentially the architects. Second, we have the Quant Developer. They take those intricate mathematical theories and transform them into blazing fast algorithms and robust software. They're the engineers building the machine. And finally, we have the Quant Trader. They sit right at the control panel using these highly optimized models to actually make the split-second decisions on the live markets. It's an incredible assembly line of intelligence, moving flawlessly from pure theory straight into code and finally to market execution. Section 3, the skill arsenal. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer firepower required here. To make this assembly line function day in and day out, you need a highly demanding set of superpowers. We're talking mathematics, programming, finance, economics, and data analysis. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a hyper-focused toolkit. And it is incredibly rare to find a single professional who possesses all of these diverse skills simultaneously. You have to speak the language of complex numbers fluently. You have to write code that's virtually error-free. You have to understand intricate market dynamics, grasp macroeconomic trends, and somehow be able to sift through terabytes of data to find a singular, actionable signal. As a quant, you're essentially part mathematician, part software engineer, and part financial strategist, all rolled into one. Section 4, the frontier of science. So the crucial point is this: quantitative finance sits at the exact frontier between science and finance. I really want you to take that in for a second. For decades, finance was seen almost as an art form, based on intuition, handshakes, relationships, and gut feelings. But the quant ecosystem, it's transformed all of that into a hard, rigorous science. It's the ultimate intersection where the absolute strictness of the scientific method meets the wild, untamed nature of the financial markets. So I'll leave you with this question. Are you ready to explore the quant frontier? Now that we've broken down that whole pipeline from researcher to developer to trader and examined that intense arsenal of necessary skills, does this spark your curiosity? If you love solving seemingly impossible puzzles and you thrive right at that intersection of numbers and code, this might just be the arena for you. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.